I know. Yet Ghanaians insulted me. Now, if I want to tell you details of what he said to me, I'm sure you'll be shocked.
Finally,
now finally, I had a conversation with the Archbishop.
And
I said to him,
I
said to him that I've made several calls.
For 3 months.
I had been calling somebody to come and see me for 3 months.
Because something is about to happen. 3 good months.
So for 3 months, I had invited this person to come and see me.
Weekend maybe Papa.
He will say, "Oh, Papa, I'll come this weekend."
The person sent me abroad.
And he kept tossing me about every now and then.
More bintina baby kase enti adifo na hu unnim dia woka unyam nnusu nunum tontene kankan opa bowra mpani num na hwe se wonti biribia me kacha bishop say papa kacha pani someone na plane I move free Accra say Kotamale Accra say Kokumase Accra say ko baby antesa yanti asempa.
So I
Archbishop, I am a witness.
I said to the Archbishop, he will bear me witness on this. I said, please say to him not to sit in any aircraft moving from Accra to Tamale or Accra to Kumasi or Accra to any destination within.
When you said yes, do
you know what has happened? It's not the last. It's not the end. I will end it here. Let's show due regard, due honor, and respect to men of God, men of God, my father, Ghanaians and ministers in Ghana.
Me suffer penny, my grandfather, me modin, you will be so no binyam paibo, sans wahunu bribi. Nipana, my grandfather, you know. So ne asumesi bi enya mpaebo no sofu ne fransmesi on fa ne call ofra na on fa ena de besi enya si prai aya na mu fi say e kan keke a obetimi twe camera na odidi abu sopatem abronye na odi abu sopatem na nkrofo ayedi osofu mama fancy wa ha na mebu yef hwe muntie me nyame asofo wo krom ha.
Now indeed there are anointed men of God in this nation.
Papa Victor Osei aka kire me.
I know what my father Victor Osei has said to me concerning this nation and other things. Do you know the things that men of God in this nation see?
Here near me be afei me da simple a bomb spiritual father. Thank you keke. Thank you keke. Afrisa nesai se nyanya me honhom na acha ne ma muhia mo a obeye adenti na mo yesa adia no se muhia dia na mo hwehwe yen kitikiti mo saka wi a aya yen hia hwe afiri obi a ho but here osofo obi a onyame chusu no a oye ken nyame chusu priest and the prophet ekan ho adentra o me bia e wo ni nyame but nyame ni nyina hye nyankopon e fe universal father na se e no me bia e wo dombi ekuo bi a onyame yi wo mo a susum o mu di o man nanim a honam mu umfa wani hunu e ye fact it is amjina ka se obi antimi ntra Ghana konya kase so without also bempa ana nkrofo bi di matem na monson hwe wan watena Ghana konya no so without also bempa monson hwe na mo free se mechanic kwa ni freni kaso de bo babo officer ni nansi bi so wo free se menam ho kwa minu ya nyame abeme Unima me catch it. Tie na me ka se mo nchiro. Osofo, enya me nku na nyame abi mi o. Asofo akuku da mo memo nyame abi wo mo. Nyame abi wo mo chen suman. First pa no. Krobia. Ahinie won bia. Ahinie bia won komfo. Krobia won komfo. Ahinie bia won suman. Akonya bia won suman. Krobem and ahinie won ma. Oni ne komfo. Sa su na nyamimu. Sa su na wati asefo asase so. Presidential city bia on a spiritual head. Bagana akonya ne si ha no enya komfo ena onyame de ahye ne nsa but eye sofo ene asofo bi ya papa no masofo bi ya nana no masofo bi ene ye no madinfo bi wo ye firi ma nye mene me grandpapa ene masofo mpanifo wontimi ntra Ghana konya so abra wo ne ye nhia eyeye ena mo tra so wi a aya mo tie de ebeka aya mo me na mo tie de ebeka mutumi ya saa mo beche saa ni pe ya me grandfather yi eyi osofo bi se wo hu bibi nto ne nya bibi se bibi nsi ka saa branch ye wo tie ya koda so tie ase me mpese me bo saa ni panidi today I don't want to mention names but church me kotrase na mo amun suro edifo ne asofo no e baby ba mo ba wie mo se me ba cho tie me bomoden se obetre radi Christom da efiri se wie mu nye ebrewe enya bre papa nyame na me so kan sem papa for man hu but me ma boni am hu ye 31st pa na me kan kakra bi de aka nyina me ye se me ni mpanifo bedi hu nkomo wo kokoam no obi aba betena Ghana konya so e prosipani mo difo bi an hyenko esi so ayesente difo no ma ehunu yakwaka so ayese yafia nko court ya tomra ya cause of fear and panic enti yanya dey kosi enkosi bonsam Jesus Christ we nya preaching ayakokobo na mishra obia mo kasa atiem.
Now when he asked me to sit on his bed, the leaders of that religion who were there in the room, they started shouting and saying things in Arabic language. Now, I will not tell you the details of the conversation we had, but I just want to single out one thing that he said.
Prophet.
He said to me, Prophet, what you saw because I have also seen it. So he said to me, Prophet, whatever you have to do for me, the remedy for the situation, just do it. And he said now on behalf of
I'm telling you,
on behalf of my on behalf of my leaders and my boys who came to destroy your property, I'm apologizing on their behalf. They don't see what I see. They don't know what I
na men kanchiro na from penifo na yen hede be ne fan stop sadian 3 good months.
So for 3 months I invited this person to come and see me.
Weekend me be fie papa.
He will say, "Oh papa, I'll come this weekend."
O ma penny asuma me wo abrochire me ba ya me be fie papa.
And he kept tossing me about every now and then.
Mo bintna ba bin kase.
He has heard our prayer.
2 weeks, Papa. 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks,
Nana Kufour, US.
The president, Nana Kufour, was traveling.
I believe, sir, about Joy Online. Papa.
Now I believe that this story was reported on Joy Online.
About social media, so those days.
It went viral on social media in those days.
All right, Abusia, Yamama Kwaba de Baki Lover Media, so social YouTube or High Lovers TV Africa. And macho.
So he can use his evil power to take the life, to take a leader or choose a leader. That person is joking.
Sir President Ibewu, who told you
to take the life of the president? Oh, that's a joke.
I'm saying, Munim de Akoso. And yes, Samina Neaka. Osofo. Tieme. Menka so bi bemia onwudawo.
Now, I am not saying that if there is anybody who is very close to me, that person will never die. But if it is not yet your time, who God has brought to dwell under my wings, so even if that person is in the mouth of death, that person will come out again. I just said unless the person is disobedient, obstinate, hardened heart, stiff-necked. Now, as they were performing their rituals and they were ascending in the spiritual realm, Elijah was drawing them down.
Time. No, my penny.
Now, in a certain time when we used to have a certain president,
my bedroom.
I was in my room, my bedroom.
Now, and
the house where I live is not very nice. So it's not a place God should visit very often.
Because airport residential.
Because my house is not in airport residential. I live at Agyapong.
Latest.
Now I built my house years ago, so it's not as new as some of the new house we have. I was in my room. I was not fasting. I was not even praying.
And divinity
and divinity dispatched his spirits to visit me. God bears me witness. And the Spirit of the Lord said to me, about that person who was the leader of Ghana. At that time, it was Nana Addo Dankwa Kufour. And the Spirit of the Lord came to me and said to me, my servant, take a look at this. And so I took a look. And I saw the firmament of heaven. And I saw a plane. And I saw that the plane caught fire in the air. And at that time, the president was in the plane. And there were some of the party leaders in the plane with him. And the vision left me. And I said to the Lord, Lord, what does this mean? And the Lord said to me, go and say to them, what I have revealed to you is about to happen. And I'm going to show you what you will do, so that you and their leaders will do together.
Directions.
And it is a prophetic direction, so that what you have seen and have showed you will not manifest. It will not come to pass. Now, when I came to my consciousness, I called Nana Kwesi, and I told him, Nana, there is trouble. And if we don't act very fast, we will not hear good news. Because the enemy wants to quench the candle light, the flame of the candle. And And I said to Nana Kwesi, call Bishop Agyapong for me.
Monfre MPP, omo headquarters.
And then make a call to the party headquarters, NPP party headquarters.
And I mean Busa Agyapong, Bishop Agyapong, Prophet Agyapong. MPP for one year, omo party leader. And I say Mr. Freddie Blay.
And then I asked Bishop Agyapong, who is the party chairman of NPP? And he told me it was Mr. Freddie Blay. And I told Bishop Agyapong to come to my house. So he came to my house, myself, Prophet Agyapong, and Reverend Nana Kwesi, the three of us.
Bishop Agyapong, I am a witness.
So Bishop Agyapong is my witness.
Yefrey. And I'm saying,
so we placed the call, and I told them, don't bother to drive here. I am driving there. I am coming there myself.
Mr. Freddie Blay, Mr.
Freddie Blay, don't come to me. I am coming to you.
And you two car call.
So we drove.
Mr. Freddie Blay to her.
So when we
and
got
a
there,
Muslim, Papa be so to her.
When we got there, there was Mr. Freddie Blay was there, and there was another man who was a Muslim who was there.
And I come and so
when I got there, I told them the revelation I had seen.
Manu and simple.
Now, even before I ended what I was saying,
and a Muslim,
while I was speaking,
only Mr. Freddie Blay,
the man who was seated with Mr. Freddie Blay, who is or was a Muslim, he screamed out with a loud voice. And he said, Prophet of God, what you have just told us, I had a dream about it last night. I saw it in my dream.
Muslim Okanidi. I'm saying, also find my prempe Canidi. Say a couple bomb and also for Crobia account, so for Crobia cross Onimuno. I am on finding the only mame. Muslim
Now listen to what the guy said.
Muslim
now the man who was the Muslim seated with Mr. Freddie Blay said that he is gifted and he can see
position MPP.
Now at that time he occupied a position either in the party or in government.
No, so beautiful.
And he told me, Prophet of God, anytime I see something in a dream, it comes to pass. But last dawn, I had a dream, and that is what I saw. And that is what brought me to the party office to come and share the dream I have.
And that's why I can the same thing.
The dream I had with the party chairman, Mr. Freddie Blay, and you are here in the same moment, sharing the same revelation.
Mr. Freddie Blay, friend, pennyphobia or more party office.
So Mr. Freddie Blay invited some of the party officials who were at the party office. And he asked me, Prophet Osubempa, what shall we do? And I told them what they ought to do. And together,
3 days,
we did it together for 3 days continuously.
I believe intercessors no cry.
I believe I selected some of the intercessors and some of my pastors, and we spent 3 days
prayers and the directions.
Making prayer, 3 days making prayers.
MPP
lots of the leaders in MPP were there while we were praying.
You read direction and radical me say,
now, when we finished the direction which God gave me, the Lord said to me, He has heard our prayer.
2 weeks, Papa, 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks,
Nana Kufour, US.
The president, Nana Kufour, was traveling.
I believe, sir, about Joy Online. Papa, now
I believe that this story was reported on Joy Online
about social media. So those days,
it went viral on social media in those days.
Nana Kufour plane no taking off on the Jato.
Now, when the plane wherein the president sat took off, one of the engines caught fire.
God being so good, and a pilot.
God being so good, the altitude it had reached was not so high, so the pilot came down and landed.
Na mesuma hunu so plane meja tom was.
Now before that before that day, the Lord had already given me a revelation that the president was traveling by air and the aircraft caught fire. And so imagine God did not reveal it, and even if after God had revealed it, we did not pray about it and we did not deal with it. Just imagine what would have happened. You see, I didn't make noise about this. Some of you will be hearing this for the very first time, perhaps. Because we don't do these things to boast about them. So God used the prophets and the servants of God to save the life of the president of Ghana at that time. And so there is this point I want to make. I want to say this. Men of God and prophets in Ghana, if Ghanaians will listen to what I'm about to say, let's leave the prophets and the men of God alone, so that whatever they will see which is destructive, they will have the liberty to speak about it, talk about it, and then the hearers will do something about it, so that God will deliver the nation from destruction. Now, if you have a revelation and you want to talk about it, you'll entertain some amount of fear, because many people in the nation do not respect prophets, because they have labeled prophets as evil. They call prophets names like fake prophets. Now I cannot stand here and say to you that every prophet is of God. Now, so long as God has not given me the power of judgment to judge others, I cannot judge anyone. So, though it is true that there are some which are not genuine, some which are fake, let's also concede on the fact that there are some which are genuine and authentic. Not all of us are fake. There are many men of God that are genuine. Now, even that person you believe to fake, who made you a judge? Who are you to judge someone of another man's house? So the fact that a handful of them are not genuine, should we condemn all? Should we throw the baby out with the bathwater? Elijah said, let's prove which God has more power. And let's prove which God you should put your trust in.
Chairman, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Nambom to say. Chairman, former majority leader. He has been minority leader before.
Yes,
majority leader too, as well. Was also leading government business.
Yes.
Was also former MP.
Member of Parliament
for Swami.
Yes.
Yes. Now, and what we now remember say delegate Ekwato Aba. Nkwato Aba ma obi obetumi akodi nkomo Aljazeera ne BBC na me pese no ho na emadu ani dia na.
Na Kumasi ha. Upu obi a wadi MP atepa.
Yeah.
Upu ni dia asi Kumasi fo hu na oye number 1. The guys will be near the Munyango Kuruma oye number 1. busane mere bi obenam swame boba asante kasa mu se de praye prawachi ana yesi boba so ni mama mere ma ase kire sen agede krum wo ye de be yenhiaw osadi Bawumia chiko dom kejetia e ma ni hu bi se hu seven to confront wa na to de be akeka ana uni asem kanso so a wo kansem hu me busawo afena Bawumia mo pese o de be ditumi ana sa kuzu na o ma twa Bawumia ho ahia no o ma ka sa bi ya wo ye ni ko esura na chairman sa bonsu ane Bawumia na ni timu no ane o na dia bibi ani ma sa na BBC ni ho na Agyapong ni biase enti se aduane betumi afiri Agyapong ba ana no ma ko Agyapong kurom no ma ngo ni dia mre ana se mi mbuntuo e o BBC a hade no man ko diama nyansa ya do wo nimdie ni nyansa so Yakobon de be a chede
chama me chama
economist
sama me so mintwa no be ba cho me de me ja koku asikura se ba cho BBC no e wo hifa
BBC musa chama sa bo so se BBC wo Ghana ha so de betumi atere ogu o ma ya de o ma bo fo we ni se empuntu dia me empuntu nyuma ana kan se yanto amama no Sebe kama Agyapong oba eye konfanochi a obeto cancer machine issue na BBC way tama oko eye 37 okosi cardio center na BBC ni Agyapong way
chama patrole ona mo Agyapong te brofo na
dani mi busa o question say cardio center no BBC na di besi wa na anase Agyapong wa promo wa ko ntimi nche tomatoes fu awaye ukada Ghana for empasiafo yedi tumi ma obi a ontimi nkyere se mayese sabri aba ya beto no ye be obi a ogina o bekyere se de ma ye nie
practical
yes entimo de ma mi amesa ye be ayese
evidence based
yes hwe wo ko temale tama na enam kane akochewa ma ho no no munya kane a wa na koto plant ni si ho edise ona mo kra Agyapong du temale o tumi ka se Tamalifo adie say na my demonto abaye na emame Bawumia no mu di na tino du tamale adie no beka ibi wanu kura adie no beka asa abana ya betu ne ya ni bina se mo me pa cho me ya calculations bi so mo so beka ana afa ya so betu to bo ne pa so wonko boko ntoko asi ewo eye boko ne bakam no ewo sunsu aso ya batu he kusasifo edi ntro mo manu he ma omo ye 640,000 and the concession for more Ghana declared to about 2024. 640,000. Say a survey and in Chile, Fla, Ometiako 860,000. And you're close to 1 million. So, Musso Marco School, no money, Nansen of Bezo MPPA. So, many Papa Neba, 1 million votes and MPPA declared in advance. Calculation no make what I say.
Paso mitiopa.
Anya aboko no this 000 buy no.
Asa.
Na busasu for no matter if you want.
Paso dabi.
Ntokwa na chana.
Paso dabi.
Enti ye jimi nti enta se abana ye kwa akoto no. Ye sa ho de ye kan lusu 1 million de be votes. Dabi calculation ni nyina ne se wo hwe ye papa Kufour ne yire ofiri bu no. O di vote buy. O he na na do ne yire ye gani or the vote of Roma. Even Papa Jaya, His Excellency, in the evening, yes. Also the vote here, Emma, Patrick Samira Free. Because he and Jimmy, you can mistake him.
Why no be and decoding now and Chirano? When you start chat about to go here, maybe can't someone can chat as when you have a say chat that near Brown and this and MPP. I'm a brand to be TikTok with him at him. Opomra 5 million times, Obelushu 5 million times. Opa woni nyansa no wura hobi. Etiali and one national Kennedy first, Bawumia second. That is the win for 2028. But Bawumia first, Kennedy second, a lose for 2028. 100% lose. Ali, what can you say a woman tie? At the end no muntie. Obimbu, Obi Fawanyari.
They are acceptable.
Ali, na say MPP crowd there on NDC here.
Yeah.
NDC here, who the NDC for here?
The password you?
My name is born in now.
Man,
Julius. Deborah. Ali on your tribal bear.
I know free Eastern region, how baby. Good. Ashanti. Mama Eastern. Or Eastern region for
On Ashanti region that. Mahama Fani on Ashanti region that. There is something going on.
Hey.
Now on the way you know one them.
Mama feeling the power on the body show.
Oh, Ali.
Obi your chief of staff.
Ali.
Now you're defense.
I know it's your chief of staff. In the Rams, you are vice president. When no one was a chief of staff, oh, they are said to Krumaya. Yatigan big crash. And Chakra, after about 8 months, or you never see a popo, ya the Mabu Bobo Yokundi. And one PP party name.
Now,
because in the Rams, you know, Prime Minister Mokwa to free and fair election. Bawumia, I win Kennedy, I win election, no hands down. Free and fair election.
say free and fair. No,
say Obia unko to abashi yemu. Unko to abashi Obia say me delegate my kwejina ko to aba Kennedy are winning 100.10%. Mu obachi Bawumia mu over 40%. Free and fair election. But any free and fair Prime Minister Bawumia be winning.
Bawumia be winning. Na ko general Ghana for
general election Bawumia be lose. To NDC. Obese push me ama me kasa for Julius. Obese me kasa. Free and fair election. Kennedy woko. Mo ha no. Kennedy we need prime minister na NDC on pomu for we ase nyina nye campaign. They should invoke all the spirit. They will lose against Kennedy Agyapong. Me say it's not going to be free and fair election for Kennedy Agyapong. After the election, no. You know about Betty. Say Prophet Roger, more record out where the no more board.
Everything is recorded.
Prophet Roger be can say about we here too. Because Ali almost start here abana no pa is it 7 or 8? 7 number start here abana. Emma anopa 11:47.
No matter we.
Na amato we. Na oye na ma record them wo mo video show. I am more than 120. Till from anopa 7 to 11:45.
Because be nationwide.
Ali from anopa 11 record this. Anopa 11 to 7 to 11:45. Oyene MPP delegates abano meko akotono. Everadi nyanko. Anu ye fra de boma ne mpai. It is a Kennedy person. Everadi nyanko pon. A Kennedy person. Now when him say MPP for seat no mulusu ne beblebe no. They are coming back for it.
Ampa. Obese sabi. Enya bi etiam bi NDC for so betena mo masesa.
Ali the only say Abrantie bu otafo. Ono de on fan che me mpe film am mpe se me bodin. Abrantie friend Vincent. Or contested Osakutu, and Winipa. Not Vincent Winika play. Because no Sakutu no or Tisha, your chest car was there, and I'm secret. My young cut to me in the first car to check. Or Conquery, ya. You better hear Shanna inch, or Conquery, 1 year inch, and I said, to Commodia Kosu Copia, and I won't know who's your spiritual father. I don't have one. Ali, come to me and Casca. The energy says she can't more than any region of Boa, she can't many penny. Adia ba kupa na mani pani ji wa brabum ene ye friend asomdwie o se obi a wo sika nso da wona ye obi a oni sika nso wa asomdwie obenyina che but ye wo bi nne ono na won.
And China for mo ye plane. China for mo ye parade, military parade. Plane now Z9 no. E boho manipa miensa wu.
Na ga.
E boho e manipa miensa wu. Shabu me say.
But Franco, I na a will be anyo. But Kameka said, I don't remember me come for me. But be a Mahama NDC for parliamentary. Yes. Be that fourth, be that third, be that. But Medmaka said, the very time NDC now more seats in parliament.
Yeah.
But then say a 12 name.
Let's see, we will yasi. Now, utie the amount for can. Sound kofuni wu yeni na common complain no.
But Franco, Mamaka said, Mitchell. A woo here,
yes.
A self-invented woo.
Adendia.
Me say a woo.
Adendia.
A self-invented a woo Africa for Ghana for.
Adendia.
Franco. Start playing, yeah, friend is
Z9.
Z9. Franco. Everyone
China for They manufactured in 1981.
1981. Franco.
Yes.
Say any African. I was reading something about playing. Amayoma to be pie African countries because ne boafo enye papa say that one no Cambodia for yes almost was 12
11
2011
mo to makoma ko 11
aka say
ene minti
above for mama like 4
$195 million.
above for mama like
195 no was slashing by 11 17.7 million.
Yes.
When him say Cambodia for ABC play back 2024, be 2024.
Yes.
Cameroon, a bit 2015, a bit 2023.
Mali, Gambia,
and Namibia. Where? Size Z9. I say, almost say it is the most affordable.
Yes, and I make almost say it's a dolphin or some type of
most affordable.
And na China for akoye imitate. Oma imitate. And to omo dia no, enye papa say the America for another European country. Do the Franco a plane crash there. Okay, Leicester City.
Yes.
A plane and the kuna.
Yes.
But o share the rate African flight air tough man. Now it also boiled down to say a wood there ya or man bomber there ya. But
what is saying?
A Cameroonian Z9 helicopter crashes.
A date
May 2019. 17 May.
Yes.
Franco.
Me say what? Hey,
Franco. When him says I play. The aqua kuku man bomber. Yes, say a winner of President Kufour. At the Mahama ne Lordina ebe emergency land e wa Santimanta Patrapa. Yes, Dr. Bawumia, Umuta Dr. Bawumia. One name nkofo bi every tamale. Eba Kumasi campaign yao. Or is it yes say Franco. Say plane su hunu omo no. Omu see form. Omo Dr. Bawumia plane. Ebi kofa commercial flight. Ebi so for land cruiser. We say Namibia Z9 crashes death toll at 6.
And China for we plane. China for omo ye parade, military parade. Plane now Z9 no. E boho manipa miensa wuye.
Na Ghana for.
E boho e manipa miensa wuye. Shabu me say,
but Franco eya na ewu bi anyo. But Kameka say I don't remember me am come for be matter. But Mahama and omo ko 2015 because Ghana gas issue
yes.
Osa kwa babesi muso.
Arehula sisi.
Ama innocent person like Omane Boama. Ewu bi eya.
Don't even single you wouldn't the two pilot on. I do pilot.
And omokan.
Oh meba. Pilot ni die. Mimi until said the black box no be ye na investigations because no we cannot pinpoint and say the pilot ne come on as on count. The black box the black box is only going to be an asset that to give us the true picture of what really happened.
Yes.
Black box no man. Because when you know it is why 80% investigation as sanity. But you see, like
according to information, yes, or pass it out and check.
Panic. But Cassas and they're catching some swab.
Meet you.
Gyno, or yes, in James, or yes, in James, or we can West. And I'm funny in 2013 or 14. A man was a military for 16 months.
Yes.
1 year. He was the best student in the academy. Okay. And I'm going to call US of A. In 2023, because I program the accident. He is the best, one of the best pilots. And here, on no one network commercial and private license.
Franco.
Commercial and private. Good one kita private. On no one kita commercial and where I did what Nippon no to be Brian. Me here feel friend say Zara Zamboman so he was one of the best pilots. Gyno who what you play no. Last 2 weeks, Air Force for Nukusai, and he was lecturing them. Quite far so mass how quite play the boy. Now people this one and discuss but he didn't know. Says I didn't know.
But Franco, share my teacher or more pilots almost say if the guy for experience accident acquire avoided, but any common almost say Franco T. And almost off radar, so I said the moment the helicopter be radar. Yes. I can say, guess it. Why that? Get over pimp and I've been a bit and course or damn Kufour ni be. What damn Kufour be say for no my friends or what they call boise asa baba. And do I say be won't mean but damn Kufour na kaka. And tia boha a jackrabbit tom because the fool is shadow and common should be
and now they me to come and meet me.
Yeah.
Because I see you to be one of the best drivers.
Yes.
All driver me to me feel okay. Me to be so come on men. Manus sumina so perish the thought.
Yeah.
Shabula sisi nya say so because your experienced driver be a friend on sad driver no kwaka so na nka say shabu tennis tie ni say na nka so ye say na say ko ye say. Sa ni pa no okasa asem. Adam matrem me so de ne kwotena plan ko be westerns. Na sisi.
Me say, mediasino. I don't want to look at the physical alone. Whatever. Matia say dunka do say. Nanke so full play ni biko.
Ana BBC Franco and asemusia asemusia nanka me na ansa me ko Franco
what you Fuseni don't go.
What say
Fuseni don't go ti. What say? Mutaka kwa dia full play na wie. Wa fra wie. Wa fra wie ye no. And now to force baby you film catch say your immigration for meeting. So it is under your unit. So go come. Almost a Muntala was not even part. No mukaso ne Muntala nyede enko. Te fifi kwete mu. Fifi kwete was also non keso can was say man can tell in term into one prepare.
But frankly, asamu see especially with the government sector thing. Yo nipa bia na also call the bibi asi kwana me na Franco here. Africa, Ghana, and asamu see eya ye person ye really the spiritual here. Akwa say enkrankwan issue esi. Enkrankwan yi. Franco, avoidable debt.
Now
why ya na ya create ya
my lasisi.
Me be ko ma me de ho. But Franco, I didn't esi no.
I didn't avoidable.
Avoidable say Ghana for your compromise quality. And you go to sa Z9 na. E bia ka
lasisi ma me kan sa manchero. Ghana
and Franco helicopter. Empe this weather. And empe frama shishishisho. And I was thinking
aviation
Franco
me that
Franco. Me ko see esu ya.
Hey, and that's what I'm watching.
Franco a self-invented program. And Yama Quine, Emma as a soft will be yes, and I mean who way, and I wait the Franco. As some years, do you know
your problem? No, do you know your problem?
Tell me.
What the nature say idea we are. Sanity, you don't also want to also respect people's opinions. Me call the Church of Pentecost.
Yes.
A bisa tight in a tight here. Or more almost on Moniana and allow them. Yeah, you name some fast when you tight. Allow us to pay. Just not make a choice.
Yes.
Who opinion and who express it? Who opinion and who express it? Even Mama say we can go into the spiritual aspect. You can also joke with it. As a man, you can. And I count out to provide. Who doubt to provide?
Let's start.
What are you almost up? Maybe you almost up for some.
Let's see for owner now. Or when you're plane crash. And I home man. Iran for president. Or Iran say you're plane crash. I didn't for I didn't tell what I can to bomb fire. What's it?
Me what to create teach my. They been now bomb fire say.
Oh, me bomb fire rather farming and farming. But I'm a president, also you do a carry.
For that one, I agree. Since 1992, basically, our leaders they have failed us.
Yes,
both the NPP and the NDC, they have failed us. They have failed us because when we be to Ghana home, me cancer much more. If you look at 2025, road accident in Ghana house, it is an increment of 23.1%.
But I self-invented.
Oh, so wouldn't be why? Because Ankadiano come in here, and you know my problem. That be a cancer which also Obama comes to Ghana, so we should build stronger institutions, not stronger personalities.
Yes.
Let's go and check reasons about road accident. It be a fatigue, and it's anomaly. I dear back when the road accident about Ghana, it's whereby people are not educated. Hey, open another. Che drivers man come out 10 dinner. Not for road sign mom. Maybe some say I did we do pianing.
No, they all come to us. They don't learn. And they are not supposed to, we are not supposed to even call them our leaders. Franco. So what drive and can Franco. And so do is it Busu Giants or by you do a quantity meal. How could you have Franco? Your penny force should be honest and come and tell me, say, how many accidents and I see that stretch of the
wouldn't say, as I'm okay. As I'm okay. Make Kaisa and the Kufour, or more catches, or more quantity be a quack and 1.9 billion Ghana. Yes. None wonder. Minister for Roads and Highways, Kwame Agbonjo, was say, you additional 1.7 billion US dollars to construct the road from Accra to Kumasi. I wanted to ask him one thing. Say 100 billion yes. 100 billion. Now no Krama and your sister and your 15 and Krama 17. Somebody can see a 16 back worker, a 17. None of them here. What is a parliamentarian say? Come once. The only person I taste or can want some. Oh yeah, I Asante Achima will go on. MP, is that sort. Yes. Now I taste or can want some. To my biggest surprise, and it came to me as a mirage and shock. Hey, when you say as a the vice president of Ghana so one thing. Shabless is just now can.
Na menopause anya
What is say?
Menopause we
Masa,
dey okay.
we are the vice president of Ghana.
Someone am pe.
Ya ni pe o kwan.
Makoto abama
Oh,
do.
let's see.
Na
We
omanya
didn't vote for the woman, we vote for John Dramani Mama. Asaba na
ba
okay.
atie obi
Asaba na
hwe
okay.
maame so to.
Remember Asaba na okay.
Obi hwe eye mama.
And I was extremely surprised. Mami can't
Omanya about voted I abom no. About 62 youth.
Kan.
Ni akoto I said.
Kan.
VIP unaware of accident that killed 16 Obogu Savior Church youth.
One kan. Mami can't say. Press secretary to the vice president. Ama Prad has revealed that the vice president, Jane Opoku Ajman, was not aware of the tragic accident that claimed the lives of 16 members.
No, what
Asama Sabla says, what does it say?
no, ma'am, okay.
Only have a time.
Ma'am, okay.
Only have a time. Your gender ministry. Gender children protection. Asama, you couldn't even issue a press release. When you cry in your press conference, I never heard the president talking about it, vice president talking about it.
Oh, but for president, they must
Kasai.
President, but president come, Ma'am Robishi.
President Kasai.
Or Kasai.
Me man
I'm catching say, Sir Wui.
Me man
And your Mahama. But a Mahama first, President Kufour second, and a Mahama third coming, and a Wui. Because Mahama, who be president 4 years. And can to Kumasi Kwan want me.
All of them should bow their head.
Now do 8 years.
They should bow their head.
Franco, me say, but I want to make. I don't know. I know Bogu. I know Bogu. But be a man or mine double Franco. Young Busa road safety force him. Or Munche empirical evidence that there's a head-on collision. Oh, by being
right. 2024, September 2024, 7 dead.
Yeah.
31 injured Kumasi Highway, Kumasi Accra Highway crash. Where 2024 they had here, 13 died in accident on Kumasi Obuasi Highway. Tragedy strikes 2 MS Press crash kills 3 family members. Shabula says where? After the middle about 21 confirmed dead. Others injured in the gory accident on Kumasi Accra Highway. Shabula says way 16 March 2024. I want to bring it down for you. Way 21st of March 2025. Police officer. 4 others killed in tragic crash on Accra Kumasi Highway. Tipper truck driver arrested. Wait. A Manase accident on Accra Kumasi Highway. Where? April 22. April 2nd. April 22. 2025.
Yeah, 22nd April.
Wait, May 12. 2025. 4 fear dead. Others injured in accident on Kumasi Accra Highway. Wait. When you're 26th of June 2025, what kind? What's it saying?
Multiple deaths. Dozens injured in
head-on crash on Accra Kumasi Highway.
Franco, you can't head on now. Wave the way, banana pa, and the head on. Say, do a carriage. And Franco, Ocean Nipa accident, Yabubu Franco. None of them. And a yes, a head on. Wouldn't Ghana your problem? Ghana, our politicians, they don't think about us. You were Kroma, and the Inusa Fuseni. Na yire kwa akwawo. Na yire kwa akwawo no e na owuye. Do you know what they did? Abani ni mpanyimfo ka kire say they are going to open up an investigation committee to investigate the reason why mama mi wuye. I want to ask them. Among for you mama kwa wo so kwa gu no. Abani fani serious, on fani serious. So akwan we until say one day president name munam so obewu. Ana chief justice. Ana yem fani say speaker and a vice president.
Yes. Nenya head on collision. Ghana, we are not proactive. Always reactive.
Na Franco,
Asemusia.
Franco, the best thing is a Franco. Yempe Brunia, Obetimaye. 1 year, no one told Vatinica. It's 1,000 years ago. I said, Omani on tongue, Meboa. Gan and Gui. Gan and Gui. Franco and Neon. Hey, we are the Franco. And your leadership, yeah? And I'm Major Kufour. Small boy now about Burkina. Ibrahim Traore.
Yes.
Cars will be on say Omuni port. Omuni harbor entino. Franco Omuyi from Accra. Now for Kumasi. Cars here a sunlight. What they call Burkina.
Me say.
What the Chamo Gano. Mahama hu. Omuni call construction.
Sa kwana wo twam no so MPP for that room ma ka che say road to omatwam. No, are we serious as a nation like this?
Franco me dwere here. E say over kwankan ya.
Hey,
what the can crowd obusiafo aye wall na say wako.
Me say na no they are playing.
So call baby sambo mo
e won ya wo fu bi ko yi. Me say na no shaking ne ho. ama manfo kam asofofo bom paye omo kita tasbag awurade hunyemo se ofa wiem abue ofa asase so abue o man ben ye chichiri
na flight mi dey free tamale no makada ka 5 years besi Accra na sabe kan che se Accra weda nye fuere wo mu no endi mfa go Kumasi entimi mfa ye nko tamale yes the nearest airport ay Lumi
makodu Togo
Togo also since e twam ye cha ho se because omunya man kan say nsi for na Franco
o man ben pa
Franco ye si former plane land ya omo tra flight mu 1 hour because they were not expecting us.
Na de kwade unenya mi ase mo ese what flight mu 1 hour. Where?
Me say kamenya car ka me fu to back Kumasi.
Me say unenya mi ase kra se.
Franco be say plane hu osoro ho. Na nka Franco da former nka Bawumia ene man for mass antimanti amenja Bawumia kwa no kwa fu the plane.
Omo say da ne hu na no.
Na man for botibu.
Now go and listen to the account of Kufour. We am be show.
On say dem say kosi kumbu. Won kwata male kosi kumbu.
Me say ba ku bikura no ka so mo ko faz Libya no mo ko yi Sudan.
I say nam su no so.
Me say lasisi. And the accident there. Me say the guy, he's one of the best pilots. I'm to go and do your chest. One of the best pilots. Nan one down mo na e kra there.
Because the balance Franco me sha no ho. Eso nya free radar no so a. Because nothing that
that's why because say radar na communication.
Because can say Franco ese no wa track crew ko be man land kra. Ba no land enye ye. Ba Franco ye twa black box no. Ba Franco me so ye nye palo ba yen for ya yunto. Say fort plane and develop fort wa. So we free radar no so a. There's a crew be say omu say no plane na form. I no one land no park no so.
Lasisi.
Ola na enye ye.
Lasisi. Until say be investigations say we
no. Be here say
do bia be ka be reporters.
Ba Franco ye pen for say be ebi mu nim nyansa.
Are
Franco nyame aboa de esi ebia no esi ye wusa plane na hye regional minister akọ enipa no mbesom oman o mawu Franco ya ntimi akope ade ya ezepo ede nipa body room no ama asojafo ankra body no ne ya sesa nipa edom kokoko bottom na esotimamfo na esotimamfo
in line of duty no mu
in line of duty. Franco omo ayi bia ya omo zepo ni say kama the body na shape na bia ya man military for aba hand because your asoja folk Ashanti region
yes
ne ya sesa nipa se bi o man bo ama eba samosa pomba mutala eba hwan ba no say o papa body ana kuani eso no se atikoko e ko kan
ya nipa oba bi ko nipa ma test abrofo we first concocted mutala.
What's it concocted?
Let me tell you, I was watching news far, and I said the story was a BB MPP in Kano.
Concocted.
It is quite it is not even level of allegation, my brother. A concocted story. Can I am for this? I'm paid the meaning of concocted. Oh, I did back also. I'm the kind of pan on the Esla. Okay, so I'm more LGBTQ plus was it, and Esla story is all your submission. And I'm talented as we now cry. One can say,
was that okay?
Now we Ghana.
Was it on Yana?
Esla Bufu.
Was it Jano Yibi?
Sir, we have it by microphone was hey, that Esla.
Esla Torote.
Omunyano Kramani.
I also that Obioka said Rollins Banny a blood one.
I
charge you say, investigate the
Mutala.
I'm sure a Kwasi on TV3. A nice man.
Open Kufour back for yes. On one Kunu was level of thinking and understanding of issues. You see, Matiano Perege, Jack, if you see regular sis.
But Franco me say,
ye break go.
A wo be a ya, be wo me no, and a bomb party beto. So because who would sue, and I be with you.
And a bomb I jumped to said, Ufia crash a cray jam. Shabla sissy. It would
Franco be wood.
Me the cameras me the wood dim slow. Only James. Wood him some you. That is inevitable. But coin up the first one will be no.
But from a dear back, I'm assuming you know.
Hey,
I dear things that I don't have control over them.
Me to say, remember Papa,
where they'll go.
My Papa Kayam said, I didn't control us, man.
And yes,
Mamma can't some easy.
But
who was a CIC go bound paper?
Yeah, for commission. I'm not going to
Messi will be any.
Na Franco say,
what do you throw?
Be see Franco. Come first we are trust studio ko. We are the happen
for big it and baby yes we Jenny Banes we.
Aye.
Let's see Messi wo. Misran kasa.
Na bonsam kwaso wu. Me say,
and my can be intimate.
Bonsam kwaso wu. I say bema be wana na yirisuru. Bobo yibobo. Bema be wana yirisuru. Bema be wana yirisuru. Share.
Radi hu yambo. Radi hu yambo.
Na omienwu wu a. E jem anansu.
O de weda. Ade be chi no answer.
And now you are the crowd there be chi na.
Hey, masa jai me kayare asebo so asema na okay.
E bi o yare.
Unsia obusu ani bi o yare da ho. Hwe. Yare jai la sisi jai emfa kwa mfa ho. Wo de se Nyankopon sa wo de omre o mane nso. No ofre wa on feel kwan a obeda tu ani na bia o se heaven a wo ko. Se bonsam jam so ho na wo ha ho na wo ko no. Wa
madam wo Heneba. Heneba of Heneba media. I say on the bonny away didn't we as pass. I show it is as a million now. I say, men are shabu. Then wait them so he born in heaven was shabu. Me dear, what I'm heaven cool. Me bonny and meaty. Me do a man young ponko busa, what I'm called Samjim. Bonny was it dear? Was it that? May a couple Yamus and Cobbles and sweet corner of a friend said, yeah. What? That's a walk away and then Manyamu before pure to Jenna.
Just compromise on my behalf. And China for we plane. China for more year parade, military parade. Plane now Z9 a boho mani pami se wi. A boho e mani pami se wi. Shabu me say,
but oh Franco ayana e wo bia nyo. But Kameka said I don't remember me am come for with my but Mahama I don't go to 2015 because a Ghana gas issue
yeah.
Osa kwa baba simuso.
He was the best student in the academy. Okay. You know, we copy US of A. In 2023, because I program the accident. He is the best, one of the best pilots. And here, on work commercial and private licenses.
Franco,
commercial and private. Don't want to kita private. On kita commercial and where I did what Nipana no to be Brian. Me here friend say Zara Zamboman said he was one of the best pilots. Gano who what you play no. Last 2 weeks. Air Force for Nukusai, and he was lecturing them. Quite far so a mass out quite play in Boho. Now people this one and discuss but he didn't know. Says I didn't assume. Sandy Pano or Casasem. I done my term is on the Cotina plan conquer Westerns. Let's see. Where? Me say, mediasino. I don't want to look at the physical alone. Whatever. Matia said, Duncan say, none cares what full play Nibico. By you do a quantity meeting. How could you have Franco? Your penny force should be honest and come and tell me, say, how many accidents and I see that stretch of the wouldn't say, okay, now no crama and your sister and your 15 and crama 17. Somebody can see a 16 back worker, a 17. None of them, what is a parliamentarian say? Come once. Hey, wouldn't say as see the vice president of Ghana so one team. Sablas is just now. I Sablas is what I say. The mamma, okay, only have a time. Mamma, okay, only have a time. Your gender ministry. Gender the bench protection. As much you couldn't even issue a press release. When we cry your press conference, I never heard the president talking about it, vice president talking about it.
Oh, but for president, they must president. But president come Mamma Robishi.
President Kasai.
Or Kasai. I'm catching say, so woo. And your Mahama, but a Mahama first, President Kufour second.
Then Dr. Omanibuama.
Bernard, and then after that, I will give my comment.
Receive to take the chair away. Then I saw another man coming, and the man who came from the right hand side was from the NPP side. And I saw this man came and held a portion of the chair as if to struggle with this man about this chair. And as I was watching the vision come, I saw another man came and also held a portion, and it was like two people on the NDC side and one person on the NPP side. Then suddenly I saw another man coming and also holding a portion of the chair, and this group began struggling with this man here for the chair. It was one man and it was three men. Then suddenly a man will come and will stand behind the three of them, but not struggling for the chair. And as I was looking at the vision, I began to hear shouts. And as the shout began to come, I saw a man coming. But before this man could have the privilege to hold the chair, the vision ended. And this vision has to do with 2028 and beyond 2028 and what will happen. So the man who came from the right hand side and sat on the chair and held this is AK. And AK is the savior of the NPP. And AK is Kennedy Agyapong. Then the first man who appeared on the side of NDC is Insect. And Insect is General Mosquito. He was holding a portion of it. And J came, and J is Julius Deborah, and he was holding a portion of it. Then the third person who appeared is IH, and IH is Haruna Idrusu. And as they were holding the chair and this man was pulling, then Dr. Omanebuama was standing behind and was looking. And as they were holding the chair and this man was pulling, then Dr. Omanebuama was standing behind and was looking. And as he was looking, then cometh Brian Agyapong. But as Brian Agyapong was getting there, the vision ended. Beyond 2028, on the side of NPP, Kennedy Agyapong. And let me continue and tell you the things I did not tell you, that some have started unfolding. Those who came, I've already told them before it started unfolding. So this is what will happen from now to 2028. There's going to be all manner of news around Kennedy Agyapong, and I've said it already before it started. So there'll be all manner of news, and it has started, and it will be one after the other. And it is a stir up in the realms of the spirit, and that stir up is to keep the name Kennedy Agyapong on the minds of Ghanaians, and keep the name Kennedy Agyapong on the lips of Ghanaians. So as people will be watching it and they will think it is bad press, it is a divine stir up. It is a divine stir up towards something. Brian Agyapong will not be for 2028, but after 2028 he will be very strong, and I'll continue that one later. So even though there are 3 here, he will be watching. This one will be like not in it, and it shall be like between the 2. The conclusion of it, I will leave it. And who will finally sit on the chair? Who will finally sit on the chair in the 2028 election? My assignment, I'm a prophet. I share visions and revelations from the Spirit. The reason why I have not told you who will represent NDC is because the government just started, so they need room to breathe. So they will breathe, and those who are close to me, I've already told them who will represent them, and who the person will represent, who will finally sit on the chair, who will sit on the chair. It's done. I told you about the hourglass, and I've told you the hourglass is 2028. You see, many things have happened in our political history. You saw that under the Fourth Republic, let me leave it. You know, under the Fourth Republic, we saw NDC went for 2 terms. You remember? We saw NDC came and went for 2 terms. You see, and when NDC was done with 2 terms, NPP was done with 2 terms, the NDC appeared again, but at this time NDC had 2 terms but with 2 different people. Then after that, NPP came for 2 terms, so it's 8-8. And for the first time in the history of Ghana, we saw a president dying, and we saw another vice president stepping into it. It has never happened before, and it tested us as Ghanaian, and we passed the test. Then in the last election, Ghanaians saw what we have not seen before. So in the 2028 election, Ghanaians are also going to see again what they have never seen before. There are 2 parties, half. I said there are 2 parties, half. My name is Bernard Moshe. There are 2 parties, half. If at this point you don't understand half, may God help you. I see, one party will take the presidency, another party will control parliament. Listen to me again. Get me the hourglass right now from my office. You see this? Have you seen that what is here is different from what is here? That's how 2028 is going to be. Even if I turn it, that's how it's going to be. But which will be the party that will take the presidency? Which will be the party that will control parliament? Give me time, I will come and tell you. I decided to share with you this vision. I saw it. I don't speak till I see, and when I see, I have done the videos. They are there already. But I'm just telling you, I'm giving you I'm sure what's I've done it. But I've told you, zip your mouth. Zip your mouth. God bless you. My assignment is to see. My assignment is to hear. My assignment is to share what I have seen. So this is what I have seen. Dr. Edward Kofi Omane Boama, Minister for Defense.
For the first time.
Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Muhammad, MP, Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. Alhaji Muniru Mohammed Lemonad, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator and former Minister for Food and Agriculture. Dr. Samuel Sapon, Vice Chairman of the National Democratic Congress. And Mr. Samuel Abuaji, a former parliamentary candidate. Squadron leader Peter
I think said there was a history or certain records to say, since 1972, a 4 military accidents. Nyamini ediniye, a aircraft, a machine, an museum, ya airport, yenya any major crash. Nyamini ediye, flights are Air Ghana, yenya major crash. Nyamini ediniye. Cote d'Ivoire, Moma experienced a major commercial aircraft, which was Ethiopia Airlines some times ago, Ekoto, Abidjan Beach. Several countries on the continent, Egypt, or experiencing be. And one would say, among ourselves, a year dear and a bang, but helicopter accidents, AC, American military, Australia military, UK military near that day. Yeah, na bigger scale because of say any commercial jet. What is this? Your mom pie say BNC, but we can also say the country cannot be fortified. Say indefinitely say be a incident be it is a Emma. The idea is say Ubia some person Emra no so and I no so. That is where we are now. Now, young she say. And then you beat me advert. And then the accidents neighbor. One, machine itself, the technical capability, technical ability. Machine itself, the maintenance culture, the Air Force itself, sign almost service machines and yes, the human error that could also trigger on a part of any pilot. There's also another side of it as a human error, the experience of also a pilot in terms and at the time or no pilot in any crisis. And also comes to bear because your pilot to be also fly 38 years, 40 years in the air or celebrity is from a single incident. And also it has to do with experience, it has to do with the machines we use here. In the case of the Abana, maybe war reverse the entry as a country, Enyaba. But when an accident of an aircraft occurs, the next thing that comes on the mind, our mind, is the safetyness of the other and the future for such thing to happen. Yanka safetyness, Yanka safety in Huasem. That is my biggest concern. You're addressing the issue, the root cause of the particular accident. Yeah, sadly, we cannot. But we cry the M11 as I am, he said, Yinya Sofubia and say, or call a hokra kunyani woman. Said in the case, Yinya Yaba, yes, sister, in your baketwa, your friend, your friends, Ebony, we are. Where I say, I did not go too much, Yinya Sofusum Kwakunyanin. Castro incident by where I say Yuna, ya confirm say ye jidis wawun, ye nya sofi biso okonsue no so akoyiraba. But we there, thank God, omantimi obian cancer. But now back to the issue of rhetorics. And the issue of technical people who supposed to be speaking on the issue of this accident. Yentesa technical side. And in the media who y'all said, to me, I would say, the Ghana Air Force, they've really, really disappointed me. And I believe so as many other Ghanaians. And of course, clearly, the Air Force commander must come up. He must really set up. He must really address the issue. It should not take, excuse me, a politician be or baby. They can talk about the political side of it. They can talk about, yes, the emotional side of it. They can deal with the death side of it. A military is defense. They are the defense of the nation and they defend the country. Omno personnel. It is a problem about defense side that all of us are in jeopardy. All of us. because oma aircraft no ye wa soldier for more Ghana army I been to aircraft muda but sa helicopters no Ghanaian politicians afu eche the military na ye wo ma dia no I repeat sa aircraft na ye freno helicopters na Ghana army armed forces will use no woman ye afu eye politicians ye the fafunu e the north eko Kumasi eko babia ye the ye niam nyina in the good name of politics inti hono na assembly ni say e den ne bitimi the problem naba ye benya a very bad communications from the radar control or flight control tower se wo betima kasa flight ayira flight ni yira wo hin flight ni yira breben e bibe na hu se flight na yira na himfa na be suspect say na flight na ebewo at the time hunya notification sa yira flight ni yira 912 now see 2 year na 912 ye kasa flight that take over that is the time we free landway no so an tarmac we you need tire free so wa pagani mu eno na the time enye time or ye na dwen say or ko oboase adanse ana adanse nemum at that time no 912 na schedule time in the 912 no take there be technically aviation records no 912 ye time no apagani mu awie inti yanhwe time de beto hosa flight na yira inti prat ni yira ye no uja skeleton news just like that why na ka say military spokesperson stand to be corrected if the name was not mentioned say captain or squad or whoever Veronica Ajo say Ghana Army or Air Force have lost their helicopter which is Adanse bound me pacho some message no dey ban. Is that how to deliver a message in such crucial circumstances? It comes with details. It comes with times. It comes with records. Because Ghana Kotoka International Airport, Air Force for Nomudia. Ghana Civil Aviation was a manager of the airport. And Ghana Police. And what the UNITA or control the airspace of Ghana. Flight, Friday say, control towers, radar tower, tower. Yawo omsuna control. Now let's get the impression say, and ya only Ghana aircraft na ye namho aircon helicopter no kwa. As we speak now that we are talking, there could be over 100 or 50 or 60 aircraft, passenger aircraft, all fly the space of Ghana. Ghana is not in isolation. We're international partner of the airspace. Into flight to be HM ako Nigeria. And will feed the other side Sahel neighbor over Ghana. The same thing apply to be America from somewhere in Asia. But you're saying,
oh, Missy, near Ukanyana, no songs of Mayanga, Ukan consider aircraft no. Then
make up say aircraft net two.
Then
yes, yeah,
young Kobe before
aircraft net two. Yes, yeah, military say. Uhune aircraft time military eda omu website say aircraft na irano na aircraft na hye enti investigation and the bem yehu dey see. Thank God some of us raised the issue on a platform say aircraft ira dey kan ho asem black box na dey mdi hu ya any say in the future nyame masa bi mabiem but Air Force man enfanto team say helicopter ira ya the helicopter na hwehwe say helicopter top forma ya the helicopter and the koho Minhu, as we speak, say I'm Ghana Air Force, parachuters, paratroopers, and the army, uncle coding up. Emma, a fine set, and then investigation, a bit reveal Timamu for 1 year hono, at area on, a course son, and not DNB, a coffee bibi. Now, make time chapters said the mode and the modus, ye far so causes the body of the departed soul. Thirdly, Naya Air Force. A defense minister, politicians, anybody, anyhow. Na country ni any airbag, any body bags. This is somebody's. Any body bag. Ye timid decently. This is nipa. Na a military for you omu duty no. Omu kura camera and omu video and a team phone so. Sadiano as a country yen chaso. Name we are all keenly waiting. Say and then black box, which is a equipment, the information, yenya, yabeti DC, and of course, Ghana, any analyzer, any stimulator nti yentimi analyze no ha ebeko Paris and ebeko America we believe say eko omuma search findings no Ghana fonti JC abusuafo pesi hu Ghanaian for pesi hu effort na so nkese empese ohu politicians ye hu eno pa ho a in the future who communicates on technical issue information be anipa nim Ghana Police Act it seems 146 establish this particular thing incident anything near airport police station ya drill several times we see a rescue operation when they involved the police involved army involved aviation involved other collaborators collaborators involved me pacho we haven't seen the rescue team headed by Ghana Civil Aviation and the Ghana Airport Police. Yenti Ghana Airport Police. But you were rescue unit our country Ghana Airport Police di marketing because our airport was into rescue operations no di marketing yenti bibia. Yan police homicide unit. Say woman a specialized military homicide unit or specialized forensic or investigated or me person woman na sankase no. Name ye benya as a regional minister and ebe validate say wo black box sa niema no enuntina black box ehun hia so be fire and okoye mistake e dey even screwdriver kwa kana wa dey sources and say we see see from or that matter no ho me mom dey no na ne hia me but we see see from that is okay eniema mienu e hia ne say ye nim dey see ye eniema mienu e hia ne say Air Force for so me Air Force there yes we no I expose to say Air Force and man for helicopter anko am ye hu say Air Force member TTC ye hu say soldier for akoda the accident site and a crime scene and as a scene na event no okay no ne according of ne matimamu ni bi anko banko for di nua ne banchaba ene yiyi niema. How can we know which have raised an issue? Say, a big non-friendly fire being a hate flight. How can we know into say a particle and I said a chance in be meta be that baby? The even shifting from the place that it is could also distort certain investigation. Thank God. The design of aircraft, a helicopter, and most aircraft, a bottle design. I physics. In Tiatoa Nitino, and then the bigger shape in bit my brain, bit my book. But Nitel no, it's so strong, say, it just a survival. Machine bought for my who to baby, a honor black box on the ship. Now call for our woman need any idea. Our woman yet Ghanaians men fan say almost support and almost help incident. Abra young who soldiers ni police or home. Almost so we man no me piato her. Almost so we man no me piato her. But even so far, aviation investigators, accident investigators, baby a machine position can give a clue as what would have happened or what happened in the air and send a machine better form. And these are the critical issues, sir. Me raise it through medium. Once again, say remote flight control unit monitors now what you radar no o meche time machine 2 year baby anu adura o messe na baby o adura no o messe no free radar no so no e den na Air Force so ye say winim ni routine anu woko entinka say Air Force no pagya ni mu with another troops na mo follow up ene na ma ye soldier the soldier sem you go for say o helicopter take run now the second one abekwa manatia you got to do it o manye die hu ya ni say omutimi hu nyansa enya ahoden kofa skeleton the buy. That is not what we were looking for. That is not what we are losing. Into investigation process to me if it's as a country I expose handling of the skeletons or the bodies as a country I expose them. Then again Ghana for PhD courses in forensic as a friend is saying forensic courses. Tech will be a Kevas will be a Legon will be. Yeah, we need party specialists. Yeah, what pathologists until we are telling ourselves, say forensic pathologists be any the whole country. Obetima pinch it. Obetima examine say bone weight is related to this bone. That bone is related. Then what is the purpose of your kolebuni konfanochi? What is the purpose of your pathologists? What we experience? 137 military hospital. A military hospital. Who military hospital Kumasi, a Comfort Church of 4 BN. Who 2 brigades. I full battalion no. Now the next close, maybe a Ubit Mako. Regional Minister Mom and them. What was the 2 BN doing? What was the commander doing? We didn't see that. Where military war and your military and a fan body. Defense military war and a military and a fan body. Other than Amudi Sebi, skeleton, Edia to Sebi, farmers and Womoson. Now, and what Ghanaian culture and the chase Sebi will be where the initial bottom. Omi Kuku, and as you know, me a bunch and a cassava. These are the issues, sir.
Now, reckons the Ghana forces and a flight control unit, Ghana Civil Aviation, a sang about. We need say, about a bay and Tamodo. It's an say, investigation, net is where we be never out. In the union is a sarcas and Tamoso. It's an say, at a say, what your investigation, you know, and San Wong, Sanya Main, you know, will raise in 1 year's investigation, Besum, na, or the answers are brand since then will be Kanaba.
Abba, we are not kids. I'm sorry to use the word. Countries of the world, Air Malaysia Airline, Olusu 370 passengers, or Russia site. Several passenger accidents, passenger commercial flights. Within a matter of seconds, accident in the case of America, in the case of all over, flight control, and I said, flight, your friend say, radar control tower. Immediately, no man releasing the voice and voices. And into our voice recorder, our machine, and the voice recorder, no more control unit, no more dear. And the flight in Kwana out of form, and the Asia. Who won't see the not. What are you saying? Say, too early. Ni too early, ni there. And too early, ni say, as at 11 a.m. Now Air Force now walk and say a year too early. Now the website no say air report the missing aircraft. It's a joke. In the too early need there say. Ni too early ni say a crash for reporter say about 10 na machine crash here. It's about 10 and machine here 10. Na Selano Ghana Civil Aviation air reporter say the machine is out of your radar. What are we talking about here, Buffer? Young Chan Breben in aviation accident. Aircraft accident. Nobody has patience to wait. We're talking about families. We're talking about people. In Asia, the only investigation that comes after is the black box. But initial investigation, you can't tell me it doesn't happen like that. Please bear it in mind. Whichever way you look at it, it is not too early. We needed to know time will lose contact with the aircraft. You can't tell me, say, 1 man time, no, and I over chain, I'm a radar control for, and a black box, no, a message, baby, say, time I will lose. We want to find out who made the error. We want to find out or communicate here now. There is no way, even a pilot, or what a even or what crisis in the air. No matter how or no a machine, air scale it down. Technically, we need control. When you say machine, you call Sabi, Yami and find the crunch and Uku, or Bekasa. Or back at the problem. No, radar control, they should have it. Unless they are telling us, flight navigation system, MA Lucia. Name on flight navigation system, Lucian, and no way, and answer whatever. Home radar control, they couldn't control to tell him, say, who were low, and now we're high, and now we're east, and now you are close to mountains. A hundred dear Samrino and Kaba, nobody has time to waste. Medical culture said the Police Act has established a rescue. Our airport, woman, I drill several times every 2 years. Be a no more year. And she will team no order that. Team no one abekasa. And to me no me na yet to move for and I say, if you see any technical people, you don't need to sit. The only thing we will wait, they should not wait until say, yeah, bet your black box. No, they have their information. And now I'm control tower. Chair and China say President Krakoye day or overhaul the navigation system. And I've said and I've mentioned, say, and no dear, Ghana penny for Medomina, dear, say, your airport control tower, flight control tower, through Hono. Ye have machine radar, echo up to Nigeria. Nigeria for the Luha, echo up to Wagadugu. Umbabusa Omu, and the flight to be our airspace of Ghana, Biano, Omu, into a flight, no, and the day Nigeria that day, no, other flights and loose on the radar. who other flights are missed on the radar. Now Air Force now will take climate and so on. We only radar control for a monitor 24 hours. So flight in Iran 11 hour reported flight missing. 10 o'clock now flight in Asheville. These are the questions.
Idea we are bay and if you see a politics won't treachery can be a political undertones. Na and no them.
Okay. Ghana. Ensure I politics. Ensure why would do why you know Fiji crown you do politics with it. I said one in that country baby I do no. So on any better crowd politics room. And unfortunately, it has become a canker, it has become a sickness, it has become an illness, it has become so many things. The country, I would say, is wrongly adjusted. In other words, maladjusted. Wrongly adjusted, say, this is a very fine nation. We wouldn't need any rebellion, terrorism, we wouldn't need any uprising. We need mass uprising in several years. We go through the phases of revolution. I ended the phase of revolution. And your fourth republic, I got night government without any single major uprising. Regardless, I handle power from 1992 successively to other governments. Now, on the political side, the politics head of the country is not the executive, the presidency, the political head, and where politics is played, the football stadium of politics is the parliament. That is the representation of the political space of the entire country. 276 parliamentarians represented the Ghanaian 276 constituency. Beautiful. Country being on the African continent. And the parliament and parliamentarians are about 60%, all of them seasoned lawyers, except Ghana. Country being, and to say a country ye serious, and the men in NPP, the men in NDC need the governments any development infrastructure Kenya mu kojayen, Ethiopia mu kojayen, Botswana mu kojayen, Namibia mu kojayen, serious nations on African continent Egypt mun atra na yentimi nye se cohesiveness be na your parliament ni mienu. This country is ripe for what is called maybe union government, or is ripe for senka yentimi two parties in interest African country ni ya bre politics now dosun. We cannot run elections like the China communist system run where Timsha baby a China or in the country I could do. Monarchy systems a kingdom where baby o makudu. Yeah, they are your democracy nasi. And to the men, a woman in our classmates, the sad aspect of it is say, Uko parliamenta, now at the committee level, so Ghana schools bear 10 home students in going to go parliament. Upokuwaris, the prempers, this woman a year now for 4. And they agree and disagree, say, your developmental plan as I come to a point, say, our country, you say, no, Yankee home, Yanti and Wasi, Yenya walk out, Yen deal with the country's issue. Now, the whole can say about politics, yes, which here remarks in Libya, it is only sad and very heartbreaking. Say, a legislator, our parliament, now we can say, and we see Amian to aircraft. This all has to do with the division. The way a parliament. Now, if the country is focused, and if the parliamentarians are focused, and if the political space is focused, president and the manager, short-time manager, but parliament remains there. Anything your parliamentarians, ordinary parliament as about for 31 years. Tell me, Ghanaian president, what's not 31 years? Your parliamentarians are only a season work for 4 terms, or Yan say 16 years. President Ben did 16 years. So if you're talking about where laws are made for the land, it is the parliament, which we know. And then a parliament say you agree on consensus. You agree on one developmental plan. You agree on one infrastructure plan. You agree on one defense plan. Papa, Ghana on spending in defense. Ghana is defense. Quote me. Very poor in terms of material
and young culture. Is it intact?
Your culture, Ben, how can answer me? But you also a culture bear.
Yeah, maybe says in your queen, Wutie, Niako, a ye one and one yama. Are we united as a people?
Are you listening? The beautiful thing of this country is that we are divided at the political ends, but united as a country. There is no country on the continent of Africa that is united more than Ghana. I've had a chance and I've worked with international organizations all my life. There's no continent of the world I'm yet to visit. There's no country out of 54 countries in Africa. I know about 52. I know almost everywhere in Europe and as well as if you're talking about country unity, cross-tribal marriage, cross-racial, not racial, cross-tribal marriage, cross-clan marriage, Ghana tops all. Your friend, religious tolerance, Ghana tops all. And intina, excuse me to use as a reference, and tokwasi bokwa intime eskeleti enko frapra land. Bogatanga and Tokosia intimin ko Dagomba land and Tokosia intimin ko ha. That is how the strength and the strongness of our cultural system settings in here in Konya Lavanyo Omako how many years chance walk more than next and Omonte Frafre ni wari asanti wari within. It is all over. Ghana parliamentarians Kwanam Koye Roko, how many of them now are in a tribal person? Women now are different tribe until the country is strong. You strong culture. Na ya himfo any religious your friends your traditional settings and they keep this country. Politicians are trying to divide the country. It has never been ahead of politics, ahead of elections. With all remarks, the country is still united. You election, the country is together. Ebaya omusuno sabi nipano for NDC for Nkwandesu Obiesu Vice President, look at how or call her former Vice President. Your name other political divide, but don't let them do. The country has a strong culture. Your politics any strong culture. Your politics any strong tradition. Your politics, and it is too immature, which we are forcing to say we are mature. We are not. So we need to rediscover and go back and try to say, nature your politics in here because we see politicians, cry remarks on the floor of parliament. I'm sorry to say, they're too immature. A lot of them, I will use the word blankly, said they don't make even sense. Some of them don't make even sense. Yeah, they don't make sense.
Immature,
they can't. There is our culture, and don't see a problem. No
children, are they kids?
Well, I'm just saying, okay, then we need political maturity on the floor of parliament. And they say, we need political maturity. We need mature presentation. Anything a country in the do we have to? Also, them Galam say yes. Do we as a country? 6 years, 8 years of independence. And Kauji say Galam say 170 years. Nipa say na wu Galam say go to smaller nations or mine to say Ghana, Sierra Leone. You more than 50 years in advance in terms of development. Sierra Leone question the mining laws. Question the Guinea the mining laws. Question Botswana the mining laws. Question South Sudan mining laws. Until say me and come maturity and him find your laws from parliament. And then tina one single issue. Say the root cause of this accident. Responsible.
They've made a lot of decisions. We're a human institution. We make mistakes, but I know interest man way born out of immaturity. I know they know.
Papa, me can say any more greater part. Tell me, Obeka Kumasi Road at Wansem. How many times any at Yalanchi? How many times Niaji grants? How many times Niaji how many times Niaji loans? West African Highway, Takradi Road, Nipa Wusucha country, that comes next. West African High Road, other countries, have you visited Cote d'Ivoire in recent times? Go to Cote d'Ivoire. Hassan Ouattara, I may not support the political democracy system. But Koshe Nyama, why 15 years, country of free war, compared to Yenya 32 years. And still counting of your friend is saying democracy, a democratic government. It is also me and I'm saying, and I'll say it again.
All right. And Mr. Wahab, yeah, and the friend then the issue of roads. Kufour politics was as a memo, and also why do you know you?
Okay. And no, then again, roads, contracts, roads, allocation, roads that's supposed to be a legacy project. And yet, my radio, my studio, a angel, a honey, a roads contract. And then angel and I instructed government. The roads, any near is part of a development and infrastructure agenda of a country. It is all Busamia, once again, baby, I have laws. Say young roadway a parliament. And then no my home. And then a road plan it here. Yaka every government be about or the road agenda. My roadway, ya roadway. The same parliament also somebody comes to refute the allegation. Say road now so in yenye. Yengo pictures, billboards, roadway aye. Eba yes yenye. And all these arguments no na me bisa say. So busa ye road sir. She road accident. As compared to flight accident, as you know, there in Ghanaians from January 1st, ebepim enam no kese 9th. Nipa do send a woo on road accident. One day to me claim life of how many into road accidents and also one of the reason. And then the American found say, can we use this accident here as a way? Said now no, the politicians must assemble and gather. No, beyond find a political t-shirt in Tunchen. No more focus to say, what is our road plan? The current president, current government, NDC, MPP, are you prepared to support the agenda? Namu say open discussions. Now you created the avenue. Say in a region of 16 regions, you know, every government be out baby out. Of course, there's no 100% government. So we have 3 or 4 major roads our region. CANSA and carry infrastructure. ANSA and 80% of the country roads infrastructure and carry your program is saying we back and we are baye adu middle we back the political agenda no nkyerɛ say because what the party manifesto and running on mind, and some of us have come out to say no country has succeeded using a party manifesto because it's designed by certain entities within a party, and the concentration is how they will retain power, regain power, check on their grassroots, not to develop the nation to that extent. And you don't win like that. You win and succeed in money in country, whereas what developmental agenda, nobody can go out, nobody can go S. Listen, you have to stay on the plan. In this road, Senana do dan kwa Kufour the government to Koyeno. It is incumbent on John Mama, His Excellency, name shoulders, so. No, also been 4 years in Via, wow, also ban, also a better, Papa and Sanki, and Kenya hospitals will new them, and Kenya hospitals will new them, Kien Timinia and Yama, any priority be my country, but politically because our manifesto, Mesoye, nor the year day, at the win. Is that how we rule a country? Is that how we run a country? And Kobasa, I also a school die, a senior, any students, any teachers. Are there any access road? It's all about politics because we want to impress the people. Because a manifesto niche say, "Ya kohano, ya promise or hinma or hinwi." And the other we like it or not. I say, "Koye." And then akoye krom finfini. Now koye third road. A chrono one end to another end. Name of the access road in a dim classic for sebi chronima every crocasi moba. And no would be an fason now cocoa fason. And the on your name of Wakoya Bontian Solite. What sense does it make? What sense does it make? Develop through an agenda of state, through an agenda of a country, through an agenda, a parliamentary approval. I will be intimated. Is that what you see?
Program war, Galamse, one and one yama. Galamse no, Okun, Yeri Disu Anase, Ayaji.
In a country where we live in, I'll be very surprised if they will be able to root out Galamse. I'll be very surprised, these two parties, if they will be able to deal with the issue. Because we have political entities. Our women in our parliament. I'm a no say a bisu program Cocochi. Our non Galamse site. Our watching what distance and ye Jumamano. NDC ye, MPP ye, Obia, Ubitmakasa no cre. The power of the individual living in the bush, the power of individual living in the forest. Or no benya that boldness, obenya that kind of courage. So, your district assembly, your dissect district security, your metropolitan chief executive, your police district police command, and your regional police command, and your the chief, our so traditional settings, traditional rulers. So if you have this, and your resident National Investigation Bureau officer within every district in Ghana, and your the police commander within every district in Ghana, police squad is so much your police regions. I saw some Ghana 16 regions. No, man, police region on follow on Ashanti Regional Police Command, and Tigaden FSA. So if we have all this, and you want all the regional security, and you want all the district security, and you want all this in your mama Bubudin, and yes, our MP in the area. What are we talking about Galamsey here? What are we talking about Galamsey? No law. Because when to me introduce the shoot and kill. But you must say, Yanko Ghana jail, your friend say, and someone, Yanko Kumasi Central Prison, Yanko Ankafo. Any other jails. Yanko shall nipa back was several jail sentence because you're continuing to be galam. So wait, much me be. Can you show me one? Can you show me one? But then that brings you for politicians listening. Say, we are a country of 240 million population. We need one single political fugitive for our country. We say we need one single military officer. Why you should na young? We need a group of military or police. What the uniform again to say the police and come here and say no. As said the Chasela Moyen. We need rebel or bush. And only terrorism or bush. We need Ansawad or bush. We need Ansadin or bush. We need Al-Qaeda or bush. We need Boko Haram or bush. We have clear bush in the UN Charter. Ghana is a green peace, green forest. They need one military helmet or bush. Into problem, they say na Utimia Galamsey problem. Who give them the power? Who give them the equipment? Sebi krasi niya or no. What in a krasi? Our young boy 1 year Jumada. Oscar the to excavator. Oscar the koto a year friend say, champagne. Oscar the koto sa trommel na ya de wash it Oscar. Find the din man command. Don't we know those who give them the equipment? What have they done with those equipment? Yeba ni akwaje ni ashibi ne biaira. And some of us have said it's on serious country and a bayasa because who pesa Emribia, His Excellency and the government, that previous government, Onkoji Galamsey, Onkochi excavated by 500 Jatu. Some of us were saying, now our district assembly roads, who are feeder roads. Namonchi Namon training in Uncle Park, Bisnamon Farmer Metropolitan for near Juma, Metropolis in your district assembly for near Juma, assembly for near Juma. Yes, no. Some machines in a shin grew on. O Conco for Secucha, Amobisu de Aneska, scraps, country Benny. And the Galamsey, Papa. You bet my all kind of the program be about lunch piano. It never was because we are not short of launching programs. Ghana is not short of making laws. Ghana is not short of creating commissions. Ghana is not short of creating teams, security agencies. We are not short of it. You created those things in any other country. Youth in this, youth in that, youth in this, youth in that. And our result. That is not the solution to the Galamsey issue. And you can't solve it like the way we are preaching. We can solve it only from the parliament. And instruct the president.
Mr. Chesanto, final concluding remarks. But I issue now, Mr. Ahab, who be about say prison one far. When I Galamsey a bit prison, many records of that. Until I can answer. And me did say,
so bet me busa. Who bet me busa prison service? And so anything I'm a journalist. I've given you a challenge.
I'm say I guess a better but Brasson.
Abusia Adwumapa on demand.